Good afternoon, Year 4s, and welcome to Thursday's maths lesson. The learning objective today is to divide with remainders. So our vocabulary will be remainder, multiples, known facts, equal, hundreds, tens, and ones. And then our steps to success are: I can recall methods to help me to divide. I can use mental methods or known facts. I can regroup accurately, and I understand what a remainder is. So to start off with, give yourself 5 minutes to complete the starter. So pause the video and have a go. Okay, well done. And these are your answers. Okay, perfect. So today's big question. So there are 14 sticks. So here are your 14 sticks. Can we share this between 3 children equally? So what I'd like you to do is think about the bar model. What does it look like at the moment with the information that we've got? What will your division sum be? And then can you actually share these sticks between 3 people? So this was your 3 children. Could you give them the equal amount of sticks? Okay, and then you can write your answer sentence as well. So pause the video on a piece of paper, work through that question. Okay, so the first thing I would have done is put 14 as my whole number in my whole bar, because that is how many sticks I've got in total. Then we need to share this between 3 children. So I would divide my bar model into 3 to represent my 3 children. Okay, from looking at that, I can assume that we are doing division. So it would be 14 divided by 3 equals something. Okay, so there's plenty of ways that we can work this out, but just to visually show you, we're going to share the 3 sticks between the 3 children, or the 14 sticks between the 3 children equally. Okay, so we share these out. At the moment, they've got 2 each, 3 each, 4 each. Okay, so what we're going to do here, if there's 2 left here, and we have to give this child 1 and this child 1, we need to ask the question, will this be equal? Will each child get the same? And the answer is no. This child would then get 5, this child would get 5, but this child would get 4. So when we are divided, it needs to be shared equally. But also, we can't forget about these 2. So we're going to put these 2 on the side. And we call these the remainder, the leftover ones that cannot be shared. Okay, we call that the remainder. Whatever's left over is called the remainder. So we can see that 14 divided by 3 is going to be 4, because each child gets 4. But then we can't forget about the 2 sticks that were left over. So what we do is we write R, which stands for remainder, 2. So when you read the sum, you can see that 14 divided by 3 is 4, which is equal, and then there's 2 left over, the remainder. So in your bar model, you then could have written that each child gets 4 sticks. And then you could have written underneath remainder 2. And then your answer sentence, so can we share this equally between 3 children? We can, so yes we can, but there are 2 left over. Okay, so we're going to be looking at remainders today with bigger numbers and using the bus stop method. So we just used smaller numbers here to just help you understand that when we are talking about a remainder, it means that it's the leftover that cannot be divided by a number. Okay, so let's have a look at one using the bus stop method. So we've been doing this the whole week and we've been regrouping, so hopefully that you're quite comfortable with the bus stop method. So the first thing we do is we draw a bus stop. and we draw 31, we put 31 inside the bus stop, and then 4 on the outside. Okay, I'm actually going to change this number to 51. I think that'll work better. Okay, perfect. So the first step is we need to see if 4 can go into 50, or just to make it easier for us, we can say the number 5. So we would draw in our dots. So we can draw 5 dots. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we can circle 4 because we're dividing by 4. So we can see that 4 goes into 5 once. And there is still 1 left over, so we can't forget about that one. So that gets regrouped to the ones column. Just make a small one. Okay, so now we've got a new number. Now we've got the number 11. So 4 going into 11, or 11 divided by 4. So again, we can either draw our 11 dots, or we could count in multiples of 4 as well. So 4, 8, 12. You can already see that 4 is not going to go into 11 equally because we've passed 11 with the number 12. So it goes in 1, 2 times, so 4, 8. So that goes in twice. Okay, so we put that up there, but there's going to be a remainder. So let me show you with the circle example as well. So if we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so there's our 11. We are going to now circle groups of 4 because we're dividing by 4. So we've got 1 group of 4, 2 groups of 4, which is that 2 up here. And here we can see that there is 3 left over. So that will be our remainder because that cannot be shared into anything else. So we write next to the 12, 12 are 3. Okay, so 4 can be divided, or 51 can be divided by 4 12 times with a remainder of 4. With a remainder of 3. Okay, so now I'd like you to have a go at the next one by yourself. So have a go at that using the bus stop method and see if it's going to need a remainder. Okay, so the first step was to put our 38 inside the bus stop and our 3 on the outside of the bus stop. Okay, so 3 going into 30 is once, because we know that 3 divided by 3 is 1. And remember, this is actually standing for the number 10, because we know it's in the tens column. Okay, then 3, how many times can it be go into the number 8? So if we write out our multiples of 3, that would help us. So 3, 6, 9. Okay, so you can already see it does not go in equally because there's no 8 and we've already gotten to 9. So we know it goes in once twice, so 3, 6. So that goes in twice. But then there's going to be a remainder. So if you think about, if we stopped at 6, we know that 6, 7, 8 is 2 more counts to the number 8. So that is how much is left over. So the remainder will be 2. So 38 divided by 3 is 12, remainder 2. Okay, so now we've got 3 more examples. So I'd like you to stop, pause the video, and have a go at these division sums before we move on to our worksheets. Okay, so let's go through these answers together. So the first one is 9 divided by 4. So how many times can 4 go into the number 9? So we've got 9 counters or 9 dots at the bottom. So we could circle our first 4. Then we can see we can circle another 4. Okay, so 4 goes into the number 9 twice. And if we think about it, if we count it in 4s, 4, 8, 12, you can see that it doesn't go in equally to number 9. It goes way past 9 to 12. So it goes in twice. And then we've got 1 left over. Okay, so 1 left over. We can put next to the number 4 to make it 14. So now we've got 14 divided by 4. So if we count it in multiples of 4, 4, 8, 12, 16, you can also see that 4 does not go into the number 14, but it does go in 3 times, 4, 8, 12. So we know it goes in 3 times, but there's going to be a remainder. So if you think about 12, how many more numbers are you going to count until you get to 14? So 12, 13, 14. So there's going to be 2 left over. So the remainder is 2. Okay, then let's do the next one. So 5 into 9. So we can circle 5 counters. So that's 5. And we can see we don't have another 5. So it's not going to go in equally. So we can see that 5 goes into 9 once. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 left over. Okay, so now we've got a new number of 47. So instead of drawing 47 counters, which will take us a long time, we know that the 5 times table always ends with a number 5. So we already know that that's not always 0. So it's not going to go into 47. But what we do know is that 9 times 5 equals 45. So therefore, we know already that 5 will go into 47 9 times. So we put 9. And we know there's also going to be a remainder. So if you think about 45, you need to count 2 more counts to get to 47. So 45, 46, 47, therefore the remainder is 2. So 19, remainder 2. Okay, and then the last one, 6 going into 70 or 7 to make it easier. So if we circle 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you can see that it goes in once. And the remainder is 1. Okay, so we've got a new number now of 15. So again, drawing 15 dots, you are welcome to do that, but it does take a while. We want to use the quickest method. So we can count in our multiples of 6. So 6, 12, 18. So already you can see it's not going to go equally into 15. But we know that the closest number to that is 12. So we can say that it's 2 counts, so 6, 12. So it definitely goes in twice. And then the remainder to get to 15 would be 3 more counts. So 13, 14, 15. Therefore, the remainder is 3. Okay, so these can be quite tricky. We will be doing it again tomorrow as well. So we're going to just have a go at looking at all of the different activities, and then you will have a go on your books or on a whiteboard at home. So if you're going to be doing the bronze, you are still sharing no bus stop method. Okay, these are children that went to Miss Hand, unless of course you went to Miss Hand and you're doing bus stop, that's absolutely fine. Silver are going to be dividing using the bus stop method with remainders. Same with the gold, and then the gold will have some extra problem solving and reasoning activities to do. So the bronze activity is looking at the pictures and the sum and seeing if you can work out the answer. And then silver, don't worry about these QR codes, that's just in the picture. But these are going to be your sums. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then gold, I've got exactly the same sums, but an extra 2 reasoning and problem solving questions afterwards. Okay, and then we've got the answers. Okay, so please do not look at your answers. It's not going to be helpful at all. So I'd like you to go back in the video to your activity that you are going to do, press pause and have a go, and please send us your work as well. And ask us any questions if you need any help as well. So good luck and have fun.